What is up, everybody? We are back. It is season 4 of the Budget Battle. It is I, the saltiest Gaijin, joined by my, we'll say, resilient co-host, Drabynoops. Drabynoops, how are you doing after last season's absolute pasting?
Well, uh, I will say I approached building my decks and acquiring wild cards with a new vigor. I performed very well in most of my drafts. So I'm absolutely ready to just not reflect that here.
Well, I'm glad that you've put a lot of time and effort into this. I haven't looked at Arena since the last time I streamed with you. Because as
Yeah.
our viewers might have noticed, I didn't stream on Tuesday. I was very tired. I stayed late at work, so I wanted to just enjoy my evening instead of streaming. Which not to say that I don't enjoy it, but all right. Well, this is season 4, and we talked a lot about this recently. With what we're going to be doing in season 4, which is we're going to be setting deck building restrictions to us beyond the budget.
Yes.
So that'll be the caption of this season. It'll be Budget Battle Season 4, Beyond the Budget. Where we got to draft which colors we're going to play, and we actually have to bring
Yes.
3 decks every week instead of 2.
Yeah.
So, that's how I'm going to beat you out this season, is I'm going to stress your collection. I'm going to just wail over you with my impressive credit card. Uh, but
That was the ultimate weapon in the original release of Diablo 3. So.
and now Diablo Immortal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
You
no.
you don't need your credit card anymore. You need your Google or Apple Pay. But
Yeah, no, and you just need what, like 50k to drop on a 1% all damage negation? Seems fine.
yeah, I think it was 110,000 on launch to get like a fully leveled character.
Yeah, it was like 50k for just one gem,
Yeah,
which was like, ah, cool. And then when you fully unlock the gem, you get a special ability, and the special ability for one of the gems was just 1% damage reduction from all sources. It's like, ah, yes, worth.
game. This is game. This is not game. This is bad investment. This is NFT. All right. Well, why don't we dive on in and talk a little bit about the what we ended up with. So, I'll
Sure.
start. I'll start with me. I got black, blue, and then colorless as the colors I had to play in each of my individual decks. So, I've got a mono black, mono blue, and colorless deck that I'm looking forward to playing against you, Drabynoops. And I will tell you, the deck that I think actually does the most powerful things is the colorless deck.
I mean,
Oddly enough, but I
I mean,
think.
Explorer, you have Ulamog, right? So.
Well, I mean, if you're watching the stream, there is an Ulamog on the deck box.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Yeah, no,
whether
I
or
usually.
not there's an Ulamog in my deck is another
That's
question.
true. That's true. Yeah, no, if I had seen that, that could have been
Yeah, there's a
misleading
Demi Lich on the
potentially.
blue one. I'll let you guess whether or not that card made the final cut. Uh, but yeah, and then Drabynoops, what did you end up with?
So we on this end ended up with the mono green, mono white, and mono red. And I did try to do something different than I've done with these colors in the past.
Okay, that's fair. That is something I tried to be sure. I tried to be sure we didn't have any repeats.
Mhm.
I didn't exclude ideas that never made it to an episode or never made it to the official deck selection,
Mhm.
just to be ultimately considerate of that. But I am really excited to see what you've brought, and I'm excited to play against it with what I have. So uh, we'll go from in our deck selection screens. Deck one is going to be the leftmost deck, and then so on, and start if it's
Okay.
on different rows, the top row. Alpo
Gotcha.
593, thanks for the sub. 3 months. Appreciate your
Hey.
support. All right. And then while we're playing Drabynoops, there was an announcement on Monday.
Indeed, there was.
They banned some cards. Well, and at least as far as our budget battle is concerned, they banned one card. Quite an important
Yes.
card, I would say, from the budget battle perspective, though we actually haven't featured it all that much.
Mm-hmm.
They banned Expressive Iteration in Explorer, which, interestingly enough, I got no wild cards for. I'm a little upset about it. I want my 4 uncommon wild cards. Any strong feelings or thoughts on that ban?
Nothing. No strong feelings per se. No, it's just. I mean, I get why they did it. They had their explanation. People were applauding them for their transparency.
Well, the reasoning they presented was because of Pioneer. They actually didn't present any real reason other than, for at least Explorer, that it was because we matched the ban lists. Because I actually think I think it's a good ban for Pioneer. I'm gonna say that right now as a person who plays the shit out of that card. I think it is a net positive change to that format. I will say as well though that
Oh wow.
that I think it is at least for the immediate a bad ban for Explorer because it just feels like we got this point where like one of the things they were comfortable banning that card is that the Izzet decks have Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise
True.
in Explorer, but they don't have that in Explorer. Sorry, they have that in Pioneer, but which I feel is it's a pretty meaningful distinction.
Yeah, for sure.
Between the two formats. It just felt a little strange to me that they that they went with it, but I totally get why there is this why they're just keeping it consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you don't really play much Pioneer, right?
No, not really.
But you do play the Explorer, so of course the Winota ban was a bit of a big deal as well.
That's true, yeah.
So I definitely, I will say, yeah, I think it's been a net. I think it'll be a net positive. The Winota ban. I feel like it's been a net positive for Explorer, but at the same time, I also think the deck just kind of sucked in Explorer especially compared to its Pioneer counterpart. Which is a little weird.
I do this.
I think it's like decks like Hidden Strings really punished you for like going too hard on the anti-Winota stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where
we didn't choose the way they resolved. Got it.
Yes, that is very, very relevant. Hardened Scales, the Great Henge. Jeez, you went all in on your mono green plan. And just think, I was like hoping this If Near Deadlands might even have the slightest chance to deal with that Marwyn, but boy was I wrong.
I mean, I guess we just take a bunch of damage.
Well, you're gonna gain 3. I'm gonna lose 5, but I'm gonna draw 5 cards.
Okay.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. Damn, that was a lot of swamps.
I'm going to gain some life, and then I'm going to cycle
Titanoth Rex.
Rex, yeah.
Let's that's neat.
Well, we're gonna do it on this. So okay.
You don't want to put it on Marwyn? Attack for.
No, I'm good.
Hello. And then, what is it? Vexus. Creatures you control get +X, +X, and haste. And that is a Vorinclex. Believe I am dead. Well, hot diggity dang.
Well, I mean, the cat's out of the bag.
This is I mean, to be fair, though, it's like, I didn't have the disruption. I even gained probably 10 life there, right?
Yeah, you were at 30.
I was at 30, and then I drew 5. All right. Well, I mean, I didn't come here not. I'm gonna be honest. I told Drabynoops
I
last week.
absolutely love that I have Blizzard Brawl in my sideboard and no Snowlands.
You really thought that one through, huh?
I absolutely did. I am the king of think.
Sometimes, I've almost I came here knowing that you'd have a mono green deck, and
Hmm.
I felt like one of the things that could be end up being a dynamic here was this like almost like a weakness matchup from Pokemon,
Okay, okay.
where like we end up on all of the right colors for there just to be like straight up color hate happening.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I think that prediction is going to come true.
Oh no.
Because I totally came here packing 4 noxious scraps to my mono black deck.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go ahead and noxious grass my vine mare.
listen, that's the name of the game. Welcome to Mono Color Challenge. I actually think though it makes for an interesting. I think it makes our sideboards matter more. Actually, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest, because that's one of the things that's kind of been weak about. Because like your sideboard is almost never correct in competitive Magic
Mm-hmm.
until after the fact. Then that's when you can actually create the most correct and accurate sideboard plan. But it definitely like comes off to a degree that it's like, well, if we know what the other's playing, or at least have a vague idea, right?
Yeah.
Like you could have, I guess, by all technical accounts, shown up here with a version of that deck that does not function the way this one does, and
Mm-hmm.
we'd be playing a different game.
Oh boy.
I think L plus.
Yeah, that's strong.
Yeah, Soren. This is a card that I'm surprised neither of us have shown up with in the budget battle.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it
Oh,
was that we
wow.
actually struggled to build budget vampires.
I think that's probably what it is. I gotta. Yikes.
Because
Yikes.
I did have to make a lot of cuts, and you definitely
Mm.
can't play 2 colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
ended
this
up
is
on.
rough.
This is a mono black vampires list, if you can't tell.
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
So this
it.
is a very. I actually think this is a very interesting kind of matchup where this is a very much a this is aggro versus combo, right?
Yeah, I did keep a very slow hand, which is probably gonna be.
That could be the death of you. Albeit this deck can't
Yeah.
actually win that fast.
So I think we block here,
Shot block city.
and then
Ooh, beat down.
I mean you can just pour your mana into it, right? So
Yeah, I mean I should, which I'm going
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
Also, that gains me a bunch of life. So
Mm-hmm.
listen,
Yikes.
if we want to keep making these types of exchanges, Drabynoops.
Yeah.
Hello,
I
that's
mean,
not a creature.
that is not a creature.
That's a you're eating everything I'm about to throw at you kind of
Yeah.
play.
Unfortunately, I have 3 lands and a creature I can't cast. So
Just do 6, 8. Okay, I can't kill you this turn. But I can just do this and send it.
yeah.
And just play another copy of this. Remember when Knight of the Ebon Legion was in Standard, and this card was nuts.
Yeah.
Do you remember the black-white vampires list in Standard?
Yeah.
It's one of those decks that it's from like a period of Standard where it was like a 3-month deck. It was like the 3 months after Sorin.
You know what? I'm just gonna call it.
Yeah, I was gonna fatal push that. I have 4 removal
Yeah,
spells in my
I mean,
hand.
I also drew another land off of the Elvish Visionary. So
Ooh,
it's
that's
like,
brutal.
it's like
Ah.
awesome, cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, this definitely feels like a matchup that's gonna favor whoever gets in the post board games, especially whoever gets to be on the play.
mm,
Feels like a very important metric, because that means like whoever's on the play isn't playing from behind.
yeah. Okay, this
All
is.
right, I can't keep 5 lands with 3 removal spells, right?
You could maybe.
I could consider that. I think I keep this, but I'm less happy about it. Alright. Top of deck, be good to me.
Oof.
I like how we didn't even go for stylized basics. We just played straight up New Capenna auto basics.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You wanna trade?
I mean, I'm down.
Listen, I'm on the draw. If you want to play this 1-for-1 game with me, I'm all about this life.
It's not so much 1-for-1. Like I'm not gonna 1-for-1 gifted Aetherborn. Gifted Aetherborn is gifted Aetherborn. Like
He's gifted, all right. Well, thanks, Alpo. I appreciate you saying I look cute today.
Can I draw lands? How?
You drew them all last game.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Jesus. Okay. Well, this feels bad, but
Just gonna get that shit right out of
yeah,
here.
figured as much.
See what you do here.
Die apparently.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
It's sad because I have a good hand if I had lands.
Well, I think you still got like a turn or two to draw through it.
Yeah.
I did have the combo, but albeit it was a turn late.
I just drew another spell. I can't cast anything.
Grody.
Yeah. This is Yeah. Yeah. Rip.
Or Drabynoops. Alright, now I think you don't have any more time.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Okay, cool. Not a land, but I drew a Llanowar Elves. Perfect.
Basically a land.
Basically a land.
How many lands are you playing in that deck?
22.
22? That might be a tad low for what you're doing.
Maybe.
Depends. If they're all basic lands, then that's probably fine. But
yeah, they're all basics. So. Wow.
Feels like a deck that could play Castle Garenbrig pretty well, but it definitely starts to stretch the budget.
Yeah, no, that's
okay.
It was because the cards there were Hardened Scales, Morrowind, and Fight Rigging for the rares.
Sure.
And then when I had originally built this deck, I didn't have all the mythic wild cards I do now. But Vorinclex, Great Henge, Finale of Devastation.
Okay.
So
fair enough. Yeah, because you're digging deep with Fight Rigging, so
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, unfortunate for our good friend Drabynoops.
I'm not entirely sure that's representative of the deck. I think
Well, keep in mind, once these decks win, whatever it comes down to, it has to get to play again.
Yeah, true.
The decks that lose
that's what's happening.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna reveal a companion. Oh my God, you also have a companion.
Oh, I love it.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh God.
I built 80 card mill.
Oh my God, are you for real?
Oh.
This can't be real.
Oh, I did it. Aggro mill.
Gotta make sure to get in with that. Wow.
Oh yeah, it felt so good to put this deck together. Yeah, remember when I was like, yeah, do you think it's okay if we play Yorion? This was the reason why I was asking.
Oh my God, okay.
Alright, you ready for one of our favorite cards?
Yep.
The Modern Age. You have main deck Xerdas?
Yeah.
I suppose that's not unheard of, but...
No, it's... Because it reduces all my classes, and...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, no, that makes these classes a lot better, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Especially this one. Paladin class is a really strong card. It just, you know...
Haha.
I'll call your bluff.
Dang it, you got me.
Dump here. I think I can just dump that, and it's fine.
Wow. 80 card mill.
Yeah, I built 80 cardinal.
I can't believe this.
This is what I was laughing about when we were chatting on Discord after the stream last week.
Oh my gosh.
I was laughing my ass off that I managed to put together a 80 card mill.
Oh lord. Oh my god.
Yep, million for 10. Build your
Oh.
own glimpse.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so
Egg roll
unfortunate.
crab chipping in.
That's so unfortunate. Okay, so
Okay.
yikes.
But you do get to activate the Glorious Anthem mode.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I got blockers for days.
I mean, yeah.
Get to play like 8 O4s. Okay. Okay. Choo. Draw a card.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of strong mill options. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
though you do
Okay.
get to you can activate that for 1/3 now.
I can. I'm wondering if I do though. Well, this isn't actually good right now. It could be good, but do I even have another turn is the question.
I'm just gonna tell
I
you.
just don't have the mana to do what I want to do.
Currently, I can mill you for 2 cards and buy a Yorion.
Okay.
My hand's stuttering out a little bit.
For each other attacking creature. I think, you know what, actually I do think this is... And then I will drop this Dawn of Hope.
Ooh, that's a neat one.
And
Yeah, because now you can, like, target... Yeah, you target this because I have no good blocks on either.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to take it this turn.
Okay.
A little unfortunate. Yep, buy Yorion and pass.
Okay. Jeez. It'd be nice if I had, like... it'd be nice if I had good blocks.
Combat on defense for you seems like it's really important here.
I can do this for 1. And I can do this for 1. I have 5 mana total. So I think I'll play the Ambitious Farmhand.
It's a good one.
We're gonna decline.
I'm gonna decline.
I wonder why.
Does he even have basics in his deck is the next question.
Yeah, no, I'm actually not sure.
So I have to block something. So I think
Yes.
I'll block here. Yeah. Take 4.
Okay. Yikes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm actually pretty desperate here.
10 cards. That'll mill 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally hit the land. That is Exacties.
Wow.
Pure skill.
Okay.
I love that my companion just said pay 3 mana, and that was it.
Oh, that's rough.
Got him on the Exacties chat.
Yeah.
This is another matchup that heavily favors play draw.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that I was able to get out ahead of you. Fine, this is we're gonna like upkeep, like Angels Grace me. Oh, that's dirty. Yeah. Make that graveyard stack bigger for me, Daddy. Like, boom, triggers.
Do it. Mill me for.
Do it. See if I give a shit. You did have me basically dead on the battlefield, though.
Yeah.
So that literally just came down to whether or not I could mill you out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So interesting. So
And the bane of every Yorian deck ever, sideboarding. Basically non-existent.
okay. So God, I really wanted to bust this one out, but it's just not very good here.
Oh, a sideboard card?
Main deck card.
Ooh, a main deck card.
I have to side it out because it's just not. It's just not real
Alpa
good
wants
here.
you to know, Drabynoops, that his nipples are so hard right now.
Oh.
After watching the mill.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Good lord. I do think your favorite, at least, especially in this game. Because, like, the weakness of this deck is that I don't have a sideboard, basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
okay. This is acceptable.
Cleric class. Gain all that life for.
It's not really about the life gain. It's about the final mode. And if you're gonna be milling me,
I am yeah, I mean, I have really no choice. Like, I'm not never gonna give up on my game plan here. It's the fucking Wandering Emperor, like.
Yeah. It's
Well, I milled over one copy of Ambitious Farmhand for you to reanimate, so.
Oh, awesome. That's great. Oh no, I could have kept Oketra in.
Probably. Yeah, because Oketra would have,
Yeah, been a good
Been-
reanimation target.
yeah. Though I don't think you plan around hitting the cleric class, like,
No, no.
upswing off of me, milling your library. Like if I was milling you, like, with something like an archive trap, where it's, like, huge swaths of cards, multiple, you know? So, like, you could almost guarantee that a copy of a card is likely to have been milled over.
True.
I think it's this plus this. No. You know, like, Wall of Lost Thoughts. I remember playing this card in a deck that had to target itself. Retarget yourself with it.
Oh, Ministry of Inquiries.
The same thing with this card.
That brings back memories.
Yeah, it does. Remember attacking with a lot of 4/4 copies of Minister of Inquiries?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's just a free block. Okay.
Yep. Yikes. No. Three of my paladin classes. Yikes. Okay.
Behold the unspeakable.
Yeah, that's
I sadly will not get to draw 4 cards with it, on account of the fact that I haven't curved out the best, but, you know, can't win them all. Wow. You go really wide. Holy shit. Do you have another paladin class? Oh, really? That's fair.
I do not, unfortunately.
Can't block. Fine.
Aha! Got him.
I mean, you just swing with everything, right?
Yeah, including the farmhand, right?
What am I gonna do? Crack you back? Like,
I could have activated the cleric class. Actually, would have been relevant here.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be, because you have a lifelinker attacking him.
Yeah. No, actually, and we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I don't think you want to draw cards here.
No, I don't think drawing cards.
Although, actually, now that I say it, like, that actually might be fine to do for, like, a turn more, but, like, definitely not for much longer.
Yeah.
Like, it might be fine to draw one card this next turn. Alright. What are the chances that the top card of your deck is a card I wanted to mill?
I don't know. Did you want to mill the Cog Workers Puzzle Knot?
No, that one I'm okay with not milling. That's a good mode. You probably just go for the full activation, right? You just do it now.
I'm thinking.
You grab do you only have ambitious farmhands in here?
In the graveyard, yes.
Oh my god! How I've only milled up for the farmhands. I've milled. That means your deck is 24 pieces of gas, though. Because there's a lot of lands in here too.
I mean, that's not terrible because I at least gain some life.
I mean,
because it only costs 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, gain life so I can beef up my dudes.
Oh, I should actually wait. I don't want to do that. I need to do that in your end step so you can't get any value out of this. Yeah, you just play that.
Yeah, no, there's no reason not to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually think that it would have been more effective to just potentially attack me with the Zerda. No, it would have been the same. Yeah, because the L4 blocked the 3/3, the 1/1 would eat the...
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
One more ambitious farmhands!
Come to think of it, I'm looking at my main deck, and I think it's literally just it's Zerda, Ambitious Farmhand, and the cards I took out.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Everything else is like not actual creatures.
Right on time. 1, 2. I hit the last class.
Wow.
That's what I like to see. In a world of 1/1s, my 1/2s are king.
Yeah, that's... Wow. That's real good.
It turns out Yorion was the glue that this deck needed.
Apparently.
Target you. Oh, I hit a Zerda for you. Bottoming the one card I sideboarded in. Which, by the way, the only card that I sideboarded in was 4 copies of the card Fading Hope.
Yeah.
And it was only for the BM.
This is...
I've milled over every other creature that's in your deck.
Yeah, there was exactly one card I wanted to draw in this situation, and I didn't get it. And that was Born to Drive. Well, drew that, so that's exciting. Okay. I think we prevented this from blocking. Not that it matters too much. And then we will activate this, because I can. Get that Ambitious Farmhand. Line. Dang. I go wide, but... Oof.
Just a little too slow.
Just a little bit. Look at all my life.
You got 34 life, and that's something.
It's something. Alright, jeez.
Alright, Psionic Corrosion.
Yes.
Get in there. You always send it across.
Oof. Okay. Alright, I was not prepared for mill. Not gonna lie.
I honestly, Because I told you I wasn't gonna build a Curious Obsession deck.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's too easy. I think that would be way just super out of the, not the point
Mm-hmm.
of what we were trying to do here. And honestly, Drabynoops, we're not off to a good start this season.
No, we're not. We're not.
What is going on?
Yikes.
Yeah, yeah, this is getting pretty brutal. But it does mean you're gonna get first pick. Now I am gonna give you a chance though. We can play our deck threes against each other. Doesn't mean anything. You already lost
No,
the
no,
week.
no. I still want to play it. This is the one I grinded wild cards for.
Oh, then we especially have to play it.
Yeah.
All right, so I feel like we've had that mono white deck. That was something. That was like a Zerta like mid range, I guess would be.
Yeah. Kind of like a go wide token strategy because I also had Oketra in there.
Okay.
So.
Okay, as in Oketra.
Yep.
All right. Well, so I built a
Okay. Sure.
I built a thing.
Oh yeah, the colorless thing. Yeah.
Just cause I could.
Yeah, I got you.
I want you to know that is I'm sorry. There are 6 deserts in my deck. Okay.
Excuse me.
Spare supplies.
Okay.
It's a 2-mana artifact that says draw a card on it. Are you beating me with dwarves right now?
Tribal.
Dwarves tribal. Alright, I respect that though. That's a fun thing to be doing.
I was so excited. Like, oh, okay. Oh, I see. I see.
You figured it out?
I figured it out.
Fable of the Mirror, that doesn't make dwarves. You can't play goblins with dwarves. Did you not play limited edition alpha?
Wow.
Yeah, though I won't lie, my hand is like all mana.
Okay.
I have a lot of really good draws here, and none of these have been it. Palladium. I forgot this card was reprinted. This isn't the set they reprinted Ugin in, though.
Ooh, sure. We'll just do discard 1 or we discard 2?
Yeah, let me always discard 2 if you can. So I usually go with that. If I have a gut reaction to discard 2 cards, I usually go for it. Goldspan Dragon.
Goldspan Dragon.
That's fair. That's reasonable. You just have a casual 8 mana now. Sorry, 10 mana post combat. Meaning you can go and get... Oh, you can go and get another Goldspan Dragon, huh?
That's true. That is a thing I can do.
Is that only at sorcery speed? It is not.
Nope. It is not.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna have to eat this. Might kill me. There you go, grab.
There's a pretty good dragon that you can get in situations like this. And that's Terror of Mount Velis.
Oh, that's pretty brutal. Yeah. Alright. There's Drabynoops. Drabynoops with the spicy tech. Okay. So I was dead there no matter what. Because I could have prevented 4 of that damage. No more than that, though.
Oh, wow.
I love that I have basically, I got, what is this, 13 different sideboard cards?
I appreciate that all of my sideboard cards are for things that you don't play.
Damn right.
They're all hate cards.
That was the tricky bit, right? Of like
Yeah.
you didn't know if you'd be up against my mono blue deck or my mono black deck or my colorless deck. I felt like I actually went with a direction with the like by playing Yorion, I made my sideboard not mean as much.
Hmm.
So there's less emphasis on it. And the colorless deck, this is a Karn deck, as you probably gathered.
Yeah.
Meaning my sideboard is literally just 15 wish targets. I didn't even pretend. Because it's like, if I was playing like actual like colored spells, then it
Yeah.
probably then it probably wouldn't be a big, I would have like probably like 5 non-wish targets that I could
Okay.
sideboard in for specific things. But
You know what? I'm gonna be cheesy. This is a bad idea,
so you're
but
gonna bring in 17 shatter effects. All right, do I get a good hand? This is a hand. I think I can keep this hand.
I also certainly have a hand. But you know what? If this sticks, I'm in a good spot. It's
The
some
classic M19 Reliquary Tower.
heck yeah.
All right, Cryptic Caves, baby. The only Horizon land legal in this format.
Okay. Okay. Sure. That's it's certainly a card. That is a
Go
Palladium mirror.
Gadget Palladium Mirror. Form
Indeed.
of blocking a vault robber.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to. Jesus.
I feel like.
If I knew better, I'd say my deck was trying to tell me I need to cast Goldspan Dragon.
I mean,
Is
it
that what you're
definitely feels
telling
like
me?
your deck is designed to do that, though.
Yeah, my deck is telling me to cast Goldspan.
You just dumped one.
Yeah, because I have three.
Oh, well, that's not a bad thing, though. You want
No,
3.
no. It's I mean it's a good situation to be in.
I mean, there's definitely worse situations you could be in.
Indeed.
Zorn! We were just talking about Zorn.
We're just yeah. Look at that guy.
Yeah, look at that dude just showing up in places. It's a good card.
It's a very good card.
It's a good card without a home. That's like the
Yeah,
big thing with it is that it's so close to having been very good.
yeah.
Um,
It
oh,
it
that
does
was
this
actually a
weird
mistake.
thing where it like commits the crime of being too generic.
I cast the wrong card.
That's a yikes. Okay. Oh, that's a real good one. Yep. Hmm. I'm not sure why in my head I was like, he's not playing Karn, right? Of course he's playing Karn.
Yeah, what else would I be doing in this deck?
Oh my god, another card.
Yeah, oh my gosh, your pet is in the way.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, but it's just
Yeah.
like really, like. All right.
I've actually had my own pet get in the way of me clicking my own cards, so that was fun.
Hmm, okay. So whatever I'm grabbing, I'm tapping out for. Decisions. Drabynoops. I think I grab. Yeah, I think I just have to grab this guy.
Actually, would not be a. Wow.
Let's play the
Wow.
big dude.
That is a big dude. Oh my.
Plus the Ugin. And play this Field of
This
Ruin.
is.
Well, sadly, is if you can cast that Goldspan Dragon, which there's a very high chance, then you're still gonna
I
get
mean,
the.
that's the thing. I potentially could if I had drawn a land. So.
Yeah, that's basically the only thing I had. My only out realistically against you here was the hope that you didn't have your 5th land on time,
Yeah.
which has worked out in my favor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can I just kill you this turn? I don't think I can. Start with this.
Yeah. Jeez.
This is just a worse version of that other card.
I mean, in this situation, yes.
I don't think that I can kill you.
Well, that's good news for me.
What is actually in my sideboard right now that I might want? Yeah, I still think this is what I'm gonna do. And I think we're gonna just go for this line.
Wow.
Actually, hold up. I've got these to cast. Bounce my card. So, yeah, remember what I was like? Yeah, you know your deck's really good when it plays so many copies of Guardians of Koilos in the sideboard.
For real, geez.
This is what we're doing. We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna grab another one.
Okay. Wow. All right. Not a whole lot I can say about that, honestly.
You do get a window every time I do this to actually crack those treasures.
Well, and that's the thing is I have 1 mana. Oh, that's right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, like in between.
Right. I'm dumb.
Yeah, do you have any instants you want to cast?
Yeah, absolutely. What was I thinking?
Untap that.
Wow.
Float mana in response. Let that happen.
I was just sitting here vibing and completely forgot that I could do something about it.
I think this one I can grab something different though. Do anything. Yeah, let's go that route. Oh, that's right. I can't destroy lands, but I can destroy that.
That would have been ridiculous, honestly. Wow. Absolute insanity. I can't believe you've done this to me.
Kill that.
Cheeky.
And attack you for 10. I was tempted, by the way, just to go the easy route of just grabbing a Shadow Spear and throwing it on this Metalwork Colossus. I am playing Brown Storm. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so I did in fact not draw a land. If I had drawn a land, I might have been okay.
I felt like my go wide plan worked out here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, by the way, I drew the 4th Goldspan.
Woo! Hey, you drew all your Mythics!
Yeah!
Mythic's good. I actually had to split my mythics, because you can only play. We can only play 4, so I have 3 Paradox Engine, split between my main and board, and 1 Forsaken Monument in my sideboard. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I went all in on Karn here.
Okay.
The whole deck is all in on Karn. I do have an infinite combo in here, by the way.
Ooh.
It involves Paradox Engine and Metalwork
Does it?
Colossus and Witch's Oven.
I have never heard of an infinite combo that involves Paradox Engine.
Yeah, you just do that, and you just get to cast infinite spells, and if you have any mana rocks, you get infinite mana. And you use Karn to get your Aetherworks Marble.
Fair enough.
Bang, 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 bang.
Alright, well, what do we got? We got a hand.
Mine looks more like a foot. I'm mulligan that one.
I would like one more land.
Ready for this? I have two of those in my main deck. Or are you just gonna high upside my ass here? That's what's happening?
I do still want a mountain. Come on, mountain. 37% chance. Let's go.
I'm 40.
That is not a mountain.
I'm 43. That makes a treasure though. I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, but I wanted to get the dwarf.
Oh, the dwarven mine. Look at you with your utility mountains. Can I borrow that treasure? I don't have a third land.
That'd be nice for you, wouldn't it?
Oh my god. Really?
Uh-oh.
Alright. Daddy wants another land. Daddy didn't get another land.
Oh no.
Oh no. I have so much mana in my hand, but it's locked behind not having lands. Do you have a Goldspan Dragon? Oh yeah, Daddy's got 3 turns that not immediately die. Yeah, and you get to play 4 mana worth of spells.
Well, I won't be playing anything, so.
Well, I mean, alright. I will draw a card. Sometimes your brown storm deck is storming the bowl, the toilet bowl. Brutal. This is a rough matchup. I actually think this deck would have struggled against any of your decks.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, I am dead. Because you get to make 3 tokens and go grab the double strike guy.
And then I go get the terror. Yeah.
And neat. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't say I didn't do nothing for you. Yep. I like this deck, though. I think you actually made a really, really fun deck. Mono Red Treasures.
Yeah.
Zorn is probably a little bit of a Magic to Christmas land sometimes, but, like, it definitely makes sense in the deck.
I had 2 extra rare slots.
Okay.
So I was just like, alright, 2 Zorns.
That's fair. Yeah, like, that's one of the things I also liked about this restriction with monocolored, is it definitely felt like, unlike with some of the decks we've played in the past, where, you know, we were, like, cutting a whole color, and now we're going to be kind of forced to not be able to do that.
Yep.
So it feels like our budgeting of rares is going to be a lot different this season. Wow, Drabynoops, sure. you did get at least a match win on the board. It may not have been one that goes on the scoreboard.
Yeah, not on the record, but...
But I will say, that's a good thing, because you've had some rancid luck over the last season. And, by gosh, these episodes are getting shorter and shorter by just how fast these matches go. So, if you'd like Drabynoops, out of your decks that lost,
sure,
are there any of them that you want to try again?
I'd like to play the mono green one. The mono white, I liked it, but it was also kind of like...
Well, it seemed a little outside your element.
Yeah.
As I think mono white, you're not exactly a mono white kind of guy.
No,
Like,
I did build the Heliod EDH deck, but that was like a combo deck disguised as a white deck. So
that's fair. Yeah, that's a very specific strategy that just so happens to be white.
yes.
No, yeah, it definitely feels like because you're the kind of player that I feel like you could play anything I put in your hands to a
Hmm.
degree with enough repetitions, but it definitely feels like when it comes to deck building, you definitely gravitate towards things that are not white.
That's true.
In my experience, you're usually like red and black, black and green, Sultai. Never mono blue though or Grixis.
Yeah,
I
my
was definitely
it's funny. It's funny because my when I first really got into Magic, my first deck was Selesnya midrange.
that's fair. I feel like that's a really like easy deck concept to grasp though as a new player. I think that's why
That's
that attracts a
yeah.
lot of because you're not the only person I've heard that from.
Yeah, and I mean I was also in like Innistrad Return to Ravnica, so I had like, you know, 4/1 mana dorks into
Oh, you like Avacyn's
Thragtusk
Pilgrim.
Restoration Angel.
Yeah, you had Resto Swagtusk. The one of the like that's a standard defining interaction.
Oh yeah.
By the way, one thing I will say I'm excited for in Pioneer is that the buzz online is that now that Winota's gone, we can try to pretend that Siege Rhino can be good again. I say it very specifically like that because that card sucked against all of the other decks too, but we like to pretend that Winota was the only reason your deck was bad.
Oh yeah, no. I mean you could always do go the Saffron Olive route and just play 4 Siege Rhinos, and every other card in the deck is a way to clone Siege Rhino.
Yeah, it's Rhino Tribal.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I own a whole Abzan mid-range deck in Pioneer, like tabletop. Like I own the
Mhm.
physical cards. I sought them out and bought them.
Okay.
Not because it was good, but because Abzan Charm could deal with Winotas. And that matchup was pretty medium. Oh, despite the
Yeah.
fact that I was like playing straight up main deck Settle the Wreckages to help hedge against it. But I
Hmm.
digress. All right. Well, so out of your three decks, just out of these initial impressions, how you feeling?
Uh,
Any favorites that you might consider bringing it to the season finale?
the mono red. I am
Okay.
glad I spent the time getting those wild cards. That was
Yeah, I liked the mono red. I feel like the mono red deck had a good theme and it really executed on it well.
yeah.
Like that's a deck that I could easily see, like like the starter decks that we get on Arena, right? That's a
Yes.
deck that feels like almost like a souped up mono red starter deck,
Yeah.
where it's like it's got a clear theme. All of its cards kind of gravitates towards this one
Mhm.
mechanic. And treasures feel like a very red mechanic in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah.
Um, and so it's just like really cool that way, and I think it does a really good job of capturing that. That would be in my like because what I want to do, Drabynoops, and I've been wanting to talk to you about this, and I think this is a good
Sure.
platform for us to discuss this. Is I've been thinking about making. We already have the Moxfield archive, which I'm terrible at maintaining. Um, but I would
Oh
love
god, I don't even update my own decks. I know
to
that feeling.
start like a series, a supplement series to what we do here, not a video
Mhm.
article format
Sure.
where we write a little bit about the one deck that we each played that we felt worked out really well and what we might recommend to people who are trying to build budget decks to
I
get
mean
into a
that
format.
we must like share a brain cell because I had been considering putting out post budget battle video reviews.
Yeah, that's exactly kind
So,
of the idea. It's just like we don't necessarily need to talk about all of them. We'll probably do a
mhm.
little intro where we talk about all the decks we brought. But like something where we can be like, yeah, this was the deck highlight of
Yeah.
the week, and it doesn't. And I think there needs to be one deck from
Mhm.
maybe each of us, or just one deck in general, where we really talk about it. Because I feel like some of the decks we've built, or some of the concepts we've even explored, like even in the historic episodes where we like really pointed out how exactly cheap you could put Arc Light Phoenix together and have it
Yeah.
still like function very well as a deck. Like that's like another side of it where it's like where the mono red deck I feel captures the actual full spirit of what we're trying to do. There's also
Mhm.
the other side of it where it's like well you can just downgrade competitive decks sometimes and have like a really decent budget strategy that you can work towards the full version of. Or like the mono red deck feels like something that I could take out of a box and then upgrade from.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I would look for in a deck highlight would be like this is a deck we feel has a good concept, a fun theme, a lot of cards that support it, but it's very upgradable.
Yeah.
And has a lot of upside, and like you can do a lot. And it plays cards that we find to be good, like smart buys. Because I think we could also do something with that, where we talk
Oh
about
yeah.
these are the better mythics that you'll probably end up playing. Like
Hmm.
Goldspan Dragon is a really good example of a card that probably has a
Oh
really long
yes.
shelf life. Just in general, because like we have the Is It Dragons deck in Pioneer, and it's
Hmm.
looking that deck's looking like it's going to be one of the better Is It decks now. Because it's the one deck that didn't necessarily need expressive iteration as much as the prowess deck,
Hmm.
which relied heavily on that card being a swinging card advantage. But very excited to see. So we'll brainstorm more on that, and I think
Absolutely.
we'll put up for our folks at home. We'll post more probably on Twitter
Hmm.
about how we plan to distribute that,
Yeah, that'd be great.
and go from there. And make a weekly column. I think starting with this week, because I'd love to talk more about that mono red deck,
Hmm.
as well as are there any of my decks that you liked? Let's go.
Oh yeah. So, friggin' the mono blue deck blew my mind. Just
Budget mill for with Yorion companion.
yeah, budget Yorion mill. Oh wow, and it just makes sense too because a lot of the creatures that mill are ETBs. You
Yeah,
know
like the
these
wall and the
the
tutelage, the one drops have
yep
beneficial ETB triggers. Anything that draws cards. Because the other thing that you didn't get to see were you saw the sagas, but you didn't see me flicker them.
yeah.
Because that's
Hmm.
like the big thing is like with the tutelage and those drawing cards, like you can really get a lot of going, and just being like a really solid blocker deck feels like
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. I definitely feel like the three out of my three decks, the mono blue deck was probably the best deck, but I
Hmm.
don't think it's the deck I would recommend
Yeah.
for people coming. Like if you wanted to take a budget, I think it's a fun deck in a budget gauntlet
Yeah.
to exist, but I don't think it's the deck you're gonna take out of our budget battle and be
No,
able to like upgrade and do well with. At least
if
right now. Maybe in the
yeah,
future, Mill is good, but
yeah, I think out of both of our decks, if you were to pick one that like, okay, I might reasonably want to build this, the mono red would be mine and the mono black would be yours.
that's fair. I do think the Paradox Engine deck, like I feel like that's a deck that's waiting to happen in Explorer slash Pioneer. It just needs the right metagame and the right build. Because what's
Yeah, and I
brutal is that, like, unlike spoiled historic players, we don't have Mind Stone in this format or Guardian
yeah.
Idol. Even all the 2 mana rocks are not Pioneer legal.
Hmm.
But oh, I think yeah, the mono black deck is probably the most upgradable deck out of my three. But I
Oh,
think
for sure.
yeah, I think our first review will have to be mostly about your mono red deck though, because I think that was probably the. I think your mono green deck was really interesting too. And
Yeah.
that might also be a fun one to write about because it was like fight rigging decks are kind of becoming popular.
Yes.
So
And that's
definitely maybe a timely deck to write about.
yeah, I definitely went into this week picking mono green knowing I wanted to be jamming fight rigging and I had no other plan beyond that.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you had a goal and that you executed
Yeah.
on it,
Yeah.
and that's what's important here, right?
Yeah, I mean, what, at one point I had like two or three fight riggings on the board at the same time?
That sounds right. Yeah, you had
Yeah.
the one game where you really popped off. You had two fight riggings, and you even got both of them to. You did both of them in the same turn, even.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I flipped the hardened scales first.
That is one, two. Bear with me. I'm just doing a quick count.
No worries.
Ah. All right, Drabynoops. So I think it's time that we figure out
Yes.
our decks for next week here. So the way this is gonna work, so unlike monocolor where there's 5 monocolors and colorless, there is 10 two-color combinations. So Drabynoops, we shall spin the wheel. So what we're going to do here, chat, is we're going to use the same draft format. So Drabynoops did lose the week, so he's going to get first pick, and then I'm going to go second, and we'll go back and forth until all the two-color color pairs have been picked. However, we're still only bringing 3 decks, so that means we're going to eliminate 4 of these at random. So are you ready for me to spin the wheel, Drabynoops?
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it.
What do we got?
All right.
Izzet has been eliminated.
Who's the not winner?
All right, so Izzet, which is a funny one because they just banned Expressive Iteration, which is actually a big deal for budget battle players.
Yeah,
on account of the fact that it was a powerful uncommon. So we won't be seeing an Izzet alternative at least this week. All right, we'll spin the second.
Yep. Very interesting.
I love the sound effects. It really adds immersion.
Oh, I suppose I have the tab muted, so I'm not hearing you twice.
Well, speaking of Selesnya has been eliminated. All right, let's spin the third eliminated color combination. All of our favorites are still in, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Boros has been eliminated. Alright, Drabynoops. Last one to be eliminated. I'm pretty sure all of our favorite color combinations are still in here.
Are still in here.
I was hoping they would be the ones eliminated. Wow! Simic has been eliminated.
Okay.
That leaves us with Gruul, Azorius, Orzhov, Dimir, Rakdos, Golgari. So I'm pretty sure between the two of us, outside of Azorius maybe, these are like all of our favorite colors.
Yeah.
Azorius being an outlier. I was really hoping it would be all outliers from our favorites. I mean, maybe each get a favorite, but... Alright, but you get first pick. What is your choice?
Oh boy. That's so hard because I'm definitely in that like first round draft thing where there's a star player, that the one that is everybody wants.
The Krakdos, if you will.
Yes, and I'm sitting here like,
live your best life.
I'm actually going to consider that in a lot of the past seasons, I have brought a lot of Rakdos decks.
It's true.
Anvil, Rack, aggressive strategies. I'm actually going to avoid Rakdos in an attempt to challenge myself.
I respect it. That's the whole point of this season, is to challenge ourselves.
It is the whole point.
Go outside our comfort zones.
And speaking going outside the comfort zone, I don't play a lot of blue or white generally, so I'm thinking it's a toss-up between Dimir and Azorius right now, and I think if the goal is for the comfort zone, I'm going with Azorius.
All right, Drabynoops is on Azorius for next week. Oh, what am I gonna pick then? I think I am going to go... I haven't brought a lot of Rakdos decks.
Yeah, considering,
Yeah, considering it is my favorite two colors. When paired together. It is not my favorite monocolor. Alright, Rakdos is off the board. Drabynoops, let it go. Will he regret it?
Well, probably.
Alright, and your second pick.
Second pick. Okay. So, go something a little more comfortable for this next pick, and I'll go Golgari.
Alright, Drabynoops is on Golgari. So you're on blue, white, you're on black, green. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take Demir.
Okay.
I haven't played it blue. I mean, I've played a lot of blue black on regular stream, but not in budget
Hmm.
battle.
Okay.
That leaves you
And
Orzhov and Gruul.
I've already built a couple Gruul decks, so I think I'm grabbing Orzhov on this.
All right, so that's gonna be you, and then I am on Gruul. All right, I like this. I like where we've ended up. So
Yeah.
that will be next week. I have to bring a Rakdos, a Demir, and a Gruul deck. Drabynoops has to bring Azorius, Golgari, and Orzhov. I am excited about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am as well.
yeah, I'm really. Good night, Alpo. Thanks for the sub. Just saw your message there. Yeah, this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I think this week's episode was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like the fact that we got to play 6 decks we haven't played before, like at
Yeah,
all.
Drew. Yeah.
Um, very different, very innovative with that mono red deck. Seems more obvious in hindsight
Yeah.
than it has any right being, but it is a really cool. It's treasure dragons deck, which seems really good, and you have like a bunch of powerful rares because you get to play what 4 Magda. You have the
Mhm.
Zorns. You have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And you, of course, have your Mythics and Goldspan Dragon. Definitely feels like a fun deck that, yeah, I'm a big fan. I like it. I like everything about it. I don't know the exact list, but I'm sure it's something that we could take, and I'm sure I'm going to see it again in the season finale.
Oh, most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling we'll all have to play against that one again.
I
So,
mean, I didn't get to attack with Drakazeth, so
it's true. You Drakaseth? You have Drakaseth in there?
yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's one of your
Yeah.
that's one of your rares.
That's one of my rares, and it's also very good with Dragon's Fire because it turns Dragon's Fire into a deal 7. So
That is true. It does actually do that. Yeah, I love Drakaseth. That was in my Black Red Reanimator deck. That wasn't very
yep.
good, but I'm still pretty sure I won with. But or did that not even make it to a week? Honestly, I don't even remember. But all right. Well, Drabynoops, do you want to call it short there, or do you want to
Oh,
replay any of these matchups?
I wanna replay the mono green deck.
Okay, and I'll give you a choice of which of my decks you can play against.
Ooh, okay. Well, see, it before that one played against. You know what? We're going mill because I think that's going to be the hardest one.
Okay, so mono green versus my mono blue.
Yeah, I think uh the colorless deck definitely has legs.
It
But I don't
needs
think
time though.
yeah, I don't think it's going to put the pressure needed on the mono green deck that's necessary.
Yeah, no, I think the colorless deck is either winning or losing.
Hmm.
It's never there's not much of like a gray area with it. So I definitely feel like from like yeah, like if you're trying to like be pressured but like also see if your deck has legs, then yeah, the mono blue is a much more like reasonable deck to choose to play
Yeah.
against.
Oh, that's a very solid opener.
Yeah, I open with Rune Crab on the play. It's about as good as it gets for me.
Yeah.
Ready
A
for
lot
this?
of.
Full of the
Oh
old
wow.
fancies.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's one of my rares.
I would have never known.
Yeah, it's actually when I sideboarded out in the initial matchup because it's just a little on the slow side.
Oh geez, what's going on? Oh okay. I was getting a bunch of Discord messages.
No.
I was like, what's going on?
Something happening?
Something. Someone sharing something with me they're proud of, so that's good.
Well, good for them.
Yeah. Okay, I think.
Winnin's Elite. So you have like an elf sub theme here, right?
Yes.
So it's mostly like this fight rigging combo deck, but it's actually using an elf deck base to play
Yeah.
that plan.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
and it's primarily because of Merowyn.
Mm-hmm.
Because Merowyn can just generate a bunch of mana to go into a finale or a
Sure.
Vorinclex or whatever. And then I have the Titanoth Rex that I can instant speed give her trample if she gets real huge. So
Yeah. No, that seems like a really strong combination. I'm gonna go with the old Teferi's tutelage here,
fine. I didn't want to play Hardened Scales anyway.
or the Great Henge.
Or the Great Henge.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Great Henge is almost a bit of a liability. Ooh, I hit the Vorinclex too.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's what I like to see. Alright, but you do have a reasonable amount of pressure. So, like,
Yes.
if you
And
have...
I did manage to get a fight rigging,
there it is. So if that hits something reasonable, then I think you're in a good spot.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, that's alright. I wouldn't call it amazing, but it's definitely a card. We're gonna...
Yep. Makes sense.
Elite.
Probably send them all in, huh?
I mean, yeah, there's no reason not to, honestly. Yeah. I need to...
You need to kill me. We're racing.
Yeah, no, you are pressuring me real hard, and I need to do something about that. Forest, Elvish Visionary, another 2 lands.
If I Toronto land, I would have done something different, but...
Wow, that's terrifying.
Oh yeah, the folio does a lot of work.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, it is a deceptive card. Because it looks
sure.
like, yeah, like it's basically the idea was that it was just repeatable card draw.
I want to think, is there anything here that would be worthwhile? Huh, I think I just gotta... I really don't like that I have a Visionary in hand. That's just like, I don't want to draw a card.
I mean, to be fair though, I mill you in even numbered increments, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That means like you're at 18 cards, so drawing 1 card is probably not a bad thing, but drawing 2 cards is definitely
there we go.
A little bit more of a tough sell. That's a good combo.
Yeah.
I think I might be just about dead actually. So this is...
Actually, let's keep these back.
Well, that makes this a lot easier. I'll block a 1/1.
Okay.
I think part of my winning strategy is to exactly draw not that. Really, really needed that to be a land.
I don't know. That folio is brutal with the 2 enchantments you have.
But it is still only a mill 8. Oh, what am I thinking about? I'm not trying to BM you here. I just realized I have 2 copies of this in my hand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like sitting here trying to like piece together the win, and I'm like, no, I just have burn spells that I can play. That I forgot existed for a minute. Alright.
Well, tell you what, you're not getting me on my turn.
Got him.
Oh yeah.
Respect. Respect. The man cycles and dies at instant speed. Alright, well, the good news is I have color hate for this matchup. I have 4 copies of the card Aether Gust.
Aether Gust is a good card.
It's really good in a mill deck.
Yeah.
So anything you put on top of your library probably won't stay there for long.
Makes fight rigging really bad, too.
It does. Yeah, I just go like that. Bring in all of my interaction, which is also known as 4 copies of the card Unsummon. Interaction.
Um, this isn't actually terribly useful. Let's bring that back in. Yep. I mean, that's the game. Name of the game.
And after
Let's
this, I
see.
want to replay the. I want to play the colorless versus the mono white.
Okay, sure.
So I feel like that'd be a fun matchup. See if I can't
Okay,
race you.
I like
Oh,
this.
this seems slow, so I'm actually gonna mulligan it. Oh, this is perfect. This is literally every card I would want. Which is 6 lands and a rune crab. Crab.
Crab people, crab people.
Ooh, you've got the. That's probably your best start, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I hit a Rex Sage. That's what I like to see. I like to see those go into the bin.
Okay, so
Alright, this is where you play Hardened Scales, land, double land, or Warren. This is basically the same thing. Oh, it's so gross. Now she taps
geez,
for 5?
she does, and the
This is
question.
another deck that I feel like the fight rigging isn't what's the busted part about this. It's just like happens to fit well into the deck.
Yeah, I think though it's very interesting now. I'm in a situation where it's like I think it's still better just to get more stuff on the board. So
You should just storm off, yeah.
yeah.
Well, because like the more you storm off, the more likely you are just to finale and kill me next turn.
Hmm. Yeah.
Which I feel like that's like one of the outs you should play too.
Yeah, I think so as well. So
Oh, I hit another
seems
Rex
pretty good.
Sage. I just have to hope
Rex Sage.
I just mill your Vorin Collects or whatever. Though realistically, if you're actually doing the thing, then like doesn't like you don't need to hit Warren Collects. You could put a literal like Land of War Elves on the battlefield. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did hit it, so
Oh, you did. Finale where X is 10. There it is. That's the
yep.
combo. I feel like if you went, you could probably just go all in on the finale with this deck.
Probably.
Like, that probably is just fine. Like, you just maximize that. I'll block.
Hmm.
I'll go through these motions with you.
I
Because
when I when I originally built this, I didn't have the mythic wild card, so it's probably affected it.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like that would be, like, a fairly strong, like, just general build around. Like, the Morrowind thing seems reasonable. And,
Yeah.
like, the fact is that was a turn 4 kill for you. Albeit, basically, you're gold fishing with that hand, but
Yeah.
I can't keep that. It was so close, but I couldn't keep
I
it.
pretty much have to keep this. This is
All right.
I mean, Minister's not bad.
I was kind of hoping for like a brief minute that like you had straight up just like brought in all 15 of your sideboard cards and just not sided anything out. Be like, look at me, I am the Yori on deck now.
That funny.
All right, I'm missing my 3rd land drop. I hit a Great Henge and a Vorin Collects though, so that feels pretty good. Though there is a chance if you go Hardened Scales and have another explosive Morrowind turn.
No hardened scales, unfortunately, but I do have this
They
this
get
Rex
wrecked.
Sage.
It's pretty good. That basically counters entirely one of these drown secrets because the one didn't do any milling.
So I gotta do.
Oh, is this the fight spell?
No, it's not the fight spell.
Well, you're less likely to draw the cards you need to draw if I mill you before. Hit a fight rigging.
Oh no, rigging.
Sadly, I'm still gonna miss my third. Actually, so it's sad is I actually had to put the third land in my hand on the bottom of my library.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oof.
which is particularly brutal. But I feel like if I rip a land, I'm gonna be in a good spot. Though that's steadily going away. It's a very short window of time for me to draw that third land. But that is the danger of a Yorion deck. You know, we talk like in modern, it's always talked about a lot how these decks don't have like a less consistent game plan than blah blah blah, which is actually
Yeah.
not true. There is just a statistic like on average you'll probably see it, but you will see extremes more often with decks like this,
Yeah.
where like you're more likely to mana flood and mana screw, but on average they still work out most of the time. But it is
Just straight up elf ball.
you are elf balling me though. I don't mind you popping the second one as much, because this one got to mill like 8 cards.
Yeah.
All right, so I actually have decent blocks here, oddly enough. Mostly because
That is actually true. I don't want to get rid of my mana, so.
I'll mill you. Well, I hit the third land, but I'm fairly certain it's too little too late. Go ahead and play Psychic Corrosion.
Okay.
Well, now you're at the point where you should just probably... Oh, that's just 30, but...
What do we have? Excellent. 3 lands and a Llanowar.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That's what I like to hear. Honestly, though, I don't think it matters. Like, you have an 8/8 that's going to start attacking, so it's just like 9/9. Let me correct myself. It's like, this isn't going any better for me than it was like a minute ago. Yeah, man, you're even going to get to cast the spell, so you get the Llanowar Elves.
Yeah, I think we...
Actually, yeah, you just...
I already
That's right, yeah, you don't even need to put it on there. You get to play the 1/1, which is, free, because it's going to make her into a 10/10. Yeah, I think you've got me. You attack with the Rex Sage. You don't.
Yeah, I still go on.
Like what? You should have attacked even with the 1/1s.
That's true.
Cancel. Go to blocks. It's 12, 15, 17, 19. Okay, so this can block this, and I guess this blocks here. Go ahead and mill you for 3. Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Alright, I have no more fight riggings. No more free spells. Jeez. I'm actually in a situation where I don't want that on top.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters. Right, because you got 2, 4, 8. Yeah, because if I block here, I die, right? And if I block here, I'm going to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I am dead in every... Alright, I'll take it.
Hey!
No blocks. I'm calling you on your bluff. Okay. So it feels like maybe this week was very matchup dependent on how it went.
I think so.
Because I definitely feel like the mono black deck lines up in a really good way against your mono green deck. You're this creature based combo deck, and I'm like a removal aggro deck. And then like the mill deck versus the go wide deck, like I can pressure you just as fast or faster than you could pressure me. Interesting.
That seems like a reasonable analysis.
Yeah. Definitely made for quite the interesting dynamic though. But all right, now it's what's happening here?
It was mono white versus colorless, yes?
Yes, that was the what okay. The UI is confusing. All right, yes. So this will be the other 2 decks that lost. So I'm a big fan. I really like Paradox Engine as a card. I definitely don't think it's like the kind of thing you want in Commander, like where it was banned, but
Yeah,
I definitely like it in formats like this, and I really want it to be good. But I'll be the first person to tell you how horrendously bad of a card it can be.
that is. Do I keep the 5 lands Zerta and Cleric class? I don't think. That's almost worse.
Sometimes the grass
I'm
is
going
not
to.
always greener,
All right, we're going to 5.
but you have time.
Yeah.
Like a mulligan on the draw isn't the end of the world against the deck.
Yeah,
like
and
this.
I drew two ambitious farm hands, so the idea of bottoming 2 lands is not painful at all.
That's entirely reasonable.
So,
Well, Drabynoops.
yeah.
Yeah, you just go and get your land. Seems decent. But in the world of 1/1s, the 2/2 is king.
Oh, shoot.
Palladium Mirror, all-star blocker at your service. Alright, listen here, dickhead. Joke's on you, my Karn can wish for that.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know if
got me there.
I don't think it's any good, but it can do it.
I know what was it, Tomer from the Goldfish crew started playing Karn because people kept exiling his Cauldron pieces.
Respect. That's a
And-
man who's been hurt.
Yeah, and he forgot in one game. He's like, I'm gonna tutor for this not artifact you exiled, because he forgot it was specifically artifacts or colorless cards rather.
Boom. I am basically feeding you this Ugin, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
By the way, you made a subtle play mistake last turn.
Oh.
Do you know what it was?
Did I? No.
You played a land before you played your first farm hand.
That's fair. Yeah.
Should have waited. But you had the touch of the spirit. Touch me in the spirit realm.
Show me where in the spirit realm you touched.
Show me in the spirit realm where they touched you.
That's
Yusuke.
terrible. I'm making a public apology right now.
Just gonna get that out of the way.
That is a very 90s joke. That is not okay.
All right, I got a 10/10.
You do. Okay, so I have 6 mana. Let's add the Zerta to my hand. Let's cast another Touch the Spirit Realm.
I'll make a decision based on what I draw here. I'm just kidding. It was always going to be this. Well, he's coming back next turn.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I like how Channel is an activated ability,
Yep.
even though it doesn't feel like one.
Yeah. Kind of like Blood Rush, right?
Yeah, like they don't feel like activated abilities, but they very much are.
God, that was a wild format when people were like, I'm going to play Pithig Needle calling Gore Clan Rampager.
You're damn right.
Like, what?
Gore Clan Rampage, that's the kind of design I miss.
Yeah.
Like that's why part of the reason why I think a lot of people really liked Channel to begin with was because it was so reminiscent of Blood Rush, which was a widely beloved mechanic.
Yes.
So just like being able to like really go all in on that design, which it definitely feels like Channel, because these weren't the first Channel cards we got, right?
No, Channel originally came out in Kamigawa.
Yeah, it's just all those cards sucked so bad that nobody remembers them. You know, I drew like 3 extra cards this turn. Do you want to guess how many of them were spells?
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, the good news is I have a 10/10.
That is true.
The bad news is that's steadily going to not matter as you go wide. But my 1/3s, the only 2-mana rock in the format, by the way.
Well, can't block.
got me. Well, joke's on you. I got a bunch of 1-3s.
True.
But you do get to draw a card if I eat one. Hello. Oh, God, it's a 6-6.
Born to drive, baby.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm absolutely gonna
And
draw
you
a
get
card.
to draw a card.
Yeah.
In case anybody was wondering before. Alright, deck. Don't fuck me. Alright, that was not as bad as it could have been. Alright, I think I got a turn here, right?
Seems likely, yeah. I mean, I don't think I can attack with enough. I mean, I can attack with 2 threats. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to block actually.
Oh my god. Every extra card I drew this game was a land.
Oof.
Yeah. Got to see the subtle combo there.
Yeah. Alright, so we got the
It's pretty good.
Paladin class.
So you're gonna get me on... I'm gonna have to chump block. The big guy, and then probably chump block whatever you target with that ability. Because you probably won't target the lifelinker with that.
It actually wouldn't be a bad idea because it gets first strike damage. I can put a counter on something after first strike damage.
That's fair. Yeah, so you get the same amount of damage either way. You just don't get to kill one of the artificers. No, you do get to kill.
No, I get to kill both of them.
You do get to kill, and you get to gain more life too. It's pretty brutal.
I mean, I don't have trample, so I'm only gaining that 10 life, which, I mean, definitely not a bad thing.
I mean, it doesn't. Sadly, it ended up just not mattering at all. But minus on. If I kill that, I'm gonna die. If I kill that, I'm just gonna die too. So I think I'm just dead no matter what I do here.
I think in this situation, yeah.
So I kill this, and it just ultimately doesn't matter, right? Boom. All right, there. I did the cool thing. Yeah, I'll concede. I'm dead.
Okay.
You just make my guy not able to block and kill me.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely a matchup that I think this still favors you. I actually think all your decks have favorable matchups against this deck. Because, like we talked about, when we talked about the Kalos deck, it was like, who would get saddled with this deck? Because I actually did try to build several different decks.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't play Ulamog is that there's, no fucking reason to.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't, successfully, cast it very quickly. You play a lot of the same cards you play here. It's just getting up to 10 to 8 mana in that range is still just not reasonable at all, but...
Okay, this is fine.
Well, I lost the game that I was on the play, which doesn't feel very good. That's a keeper. Because that's the game you'd think that I'm favored.
Mm-hmm.
you ahead.
You don't get to play any of them colorless cards that aren't legal in this format.
It's true. That would be a huge difference.
Yeah, like you had access to like Warping Whale.
Yeah, Warping Whale, the Eldrazi in general would be really good additions here.
I'm trying to think. Hold up. I'm looking at my deck real quick. There is a way that I could get full value out of this, but I think it's more valuable just to do this.
It's pretty brutal. You get to see the classic Voltaic Key trick right there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not all.
An old reference chat back when I believe, what was it, Urza block constructed, where you played Thran Dynamo and Grim Monolith with Voltaic Key to make a shitload of mana. Classic.
Oh god, if I could play even Basalt Monolith with Zerta, just oof.
Oh yeah, Basalt Monolith. Isn't that like an infinite combo? Isn't that why they banned? Didn't they ban like Zerta in like Vintage, right? Because of like
did they?
Yeah, that was the other one that got like hit with the hammer.
Okay. That makes sense. Because it's, especially in Vintage, that's not hard to assemble.
No, not at all. I've also got the KGC. I think I'm gonna grab this dude.
That's pretty good.
He's strong. God, that's crazy that card's essentially just like an uncounterable. Like, what the hell is the name of it?
Oh,
the 2-mana white spell.
Yeah, Call of the Rings or something like that.
Yeah. Not Rally the Rings.
We're just gonna...
Yeah, just kill the Ugin.
Kill the Ugin.
Feed me a 1/1.
Yeah.
Feed me. It's fine. The Ugin outlived its usefulness.
Wow.
How do I want to play this turn?
Very excited to jam all of the new channel cards from Baldur's Gate and Commander.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Any particular ones?
So I think I'm just building Tasha. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put the Tasha cards in Muldrotha. No, I'm just gonna build Tasha. Maybe Evelyn. But Muldrotha's just gonna get jammed full of channel cards.
Oh, these lands are annoying.
Yep, I do not currently have any removal for that, so...
Big money. Something like that. Alright. The old snare supplies gain 2 life. Definitely feels like this Forsaken Monument is such like a underrated card.
Oh, it's... yeah.
Play another one.
Ooh.
Alright, I've ran out of shit. Alright. Wandering Emperor! I walked right into that. I knew you had them. That's fair. I don't think I was wrong to attack.
No, I think attacking was the correct move.
I could always get that back, too. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
gonna kill my Karn here, but like honestly, I don't even think that's a bad thing. I got 2 spells out of it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, just like
The Karn got a lot of value.
that's funny. Speaking of Karn getting a lot of value.
Oh no.
Actually, why don't I do this real quick? Witch's Oven. Well, now that I know that's there. Alright, so, Drabynoops, do you want this to be a short or long process?
Oh my god.
Do you think your deck can beat me through infinite life?
Through infinite life.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to demonstrate the loop for you?
I mean, I see the loop. I see what's going on because your Metalwork Colossus is free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can play this real quick. See if I can't draw
Yeah,
the
and then
kill. No, it's not the kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll demonstrate a few times for the chat watching. So this is what this is the one thing that really draws me to playing this deck is that I can go like this. And since I have Forsaken Monument, it's not infinite life, I should say. It's going to be virtually infinite life.
Yeah, yeah. You get a very large amount of life. If you had the Paradox Engine, it would be infinite.
Yes.
I think until you slam a Paradox Engine, I'm gonna try to play it out.
Fair enough.
But you are in a very, very good position right now.
Protect my Karn. So
Yep.
I've set myself up where I have 36 life, and I'm in a position now where next turn you know that I can wish for an engine. So it's like
Yeah.
you either have to deal with the Karn, or deal with the Witch's Oven, or deal with the Metalwork Colossus.
Yeah.
So
and
definitely a big. I'm asking you the big question, and now is the see if you have the answer.
I'm gonna be honest. I have exactly one way to draw a card that could answer, and the answer would be like a literally 1 in 20 chance.
But you should still play it out. I mean,
Well, let's make sure I'm counting this correctly, because if I do this, no, I actually can't.
okay.
I'm like 2 or 3 mana short, actually.
Well, there's a very important lesson in what you just determined, by the way, for our viewers. Basically, the idea is you should always, like, when you're playing against a combo deck that's presented you with I untap and I win, if it's not always correct to just immediately concede. You should think about your outs and then play to them, as long as the clock hasn't run down too far. Then there's consideration of just being like, I'll just try to win the next one. Because this is a game you'll be on the play, which favors you, and you know that my deck just in general struggles to assemble its combo, just given the restriction on it. So you know that you'll have a lot of opportunities here.
I do have this random one of that I'm hoping at some point I'll get to get to play. We'll see though. We'll see if it happens.
Is it the farmhand?
It's I have 4 farmhands.
Yeah, farmhand is a good card.
Yeah, it is.
Boom. Value.
Got him.
Did that only for the F6 value.
Yes. Ooh.
Alright.
I mean,
starting to do the thing.
Yeah, I've got to answer that, unfortunately. Really wanted to do other stuff, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got the Karn.
Yep.
And I think here... What do I wish for? Yeah, I think it's just the monument. It's the
Yeah.
best. It's the best card. It's actually
Yeah.
more part of the engine than the what's its name?
Paradox. Paradox.
Yeah, the Paradox engine. I would consider it more part of the deck than that. So this can exile artifacts. If you might have one in your hand. What's in my sideboard? Why don't we actually take a quick peek at that?
And it can flicker.
7. Wow, is it correct to do that? Well, it might be. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go like this. So, I'm gonna take a very conservative line against you. Keep you from killing my Karn.
Alright, alright. Respectable.
Yeah, this also puts a 4/4 on the battlefield.
Yeah, which
rules over the 3/3. Because, yeah, if I wished it down to 1... Because, like, the other line I considered was play Forsaken Monument plus the Karn on the Monument. Because then the Monument's, like, a 7/7. Because it'll be a colorless 5/5. So it's like, that seems like it's a reasonable choice as well, but I decided to go for the assuredly more conservative line. Oh yeah, you had literally the way to kill a creature too, so that makes me feel better about that decision, actually.
Yeah. No, yeah, protecting the Karn was a good idea. I think I want to draw because I need to be able to draw answers. So I'm in that position.
I'm still ultimately falling way too far behind for it to matter. This makes 3 mana, so not enough mana to matter. Alright.
So...
Well, you likely can't kill me this turn, so there's that. But you can get really close to it, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Actually, yeah, matter of fact, if you had one more land, you could kill me.
That's true. Yeah.
No, I think you can kill me, right? This gives a double strike.
Oh no, yeah, because I can. Yeah, no, because I can.
Yeah, you give Zerta +1/+2/+2 and double strike, or +1/+1.
Yeah, but that's still enough. That's 15 into your 14.
Yep, that's the game, folks. One turn too slow. And see, that was the difference of being on the play or on the draw there.
Yes.
Because if I had been on the play that game, I'd be one turn ahead of you, and I'd be last turn would have been my last turn would have been my turn to like stabilize. Because my hand was the 2 cards you knew about, and then an Ugin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if my line there would be to play Forsaken Monument, now my Power Stone shards tap for 3 apiece. So I can play them. Manifold Key to untap 1. Tap it again. I have 8 mana. I can play the Ugin for 6, which gains me 2.
Makes the Karn 2.
I kill the Zerta. Makes the Karn 2. Karn wishes for the Colossus, and then the Colossus comes down, gaining me 2, and then I have a 12/12 to block with. On the following turn, and I'm untapping into Karn plus Monument, which, assuming my guy didn't die, I would just grab Witch's Oven. I'm sorry, I already have Witch's Oven. I grab Paradox Engine and win the game.
Yeah.
Or make Infinite Life and virtually win the game. But yeah, 1 turn too slow. But that's what it comes down to. Aggro versus combo, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a very interesting dynamic. It's actually one of my favorite dynamics in Magic, believe it or not. But I do dislike certain types of combo decks, like Lotus Field and things like that. Which I feel just deviate way too off the normal axis to be reasonable decks. Wow, well that was quite the blast, Drabynoops.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can wrap it up there for the week. So
Yeah, for
next
sure.
week we'll be each bringing back 3 decks again. To recap, we picked those decks earlier in the stream, or rather those color combinations. So I'll be playing Rakdos, Demir, and Gruul. And then, of course, you Drabynoops, you will be on Azorius, Golgari, and Orzhov.
Yes.
This will be quite the interesting spread of decks. I like how all of the black two-color color combinations made it past the random cut, which, by the way, chat, you can verify was random in the VOD, which you can find both here and on YouTube. But very, very excited to see what we turn up with next week. Especially trying to think of, like, because, like, I think the color hate strategy you saw on our sideboards, I think that's going to go, like, out the window a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we're going to have to, like, really, really think. Because what I really like about knowing the colors that each of us are going to play, like, look at what happened today, right? You came knowing I had a mono blue deck, but I surprised you with Mill,
Yes.
right? And then, like, I knew you would be playing mono green, and I brought spot removal, which was good, but I would have actually better probably been served with, like, a sweeper spell.
Mm-hmm.
Of some kind. So it's like we kind of get a vague idea of what the other's going to be doing, but that doesn't exactly give us all the information we might need. Which I think is, I actually think is really cool. But we're going to call for the night there. Of course, we appreciate y'all for watching. If you want to stay up to date with our content, you can go ahead and hit that follow button here on Twitch. Or, of course, if you're on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button. And if you want to stay up to date with what we do when we're not live on our channel, you can follow us both on Twitter. I am at SaltiestGaijin. Drabynoops, you're at Drabynoops, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. And we'll have more to come on some, well, it sounds like Budget Battle video reviews, right?
Yeah, no, video or articles, either way. We just still gotta hash it out.
Yeah, we'll figure out the medium. So if you want to be the first to hear about that, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. And of course, we'll be posting more about that as we figure out the details. But again, thank you all for watching. We will see you again.